Nation, we got it right here at our location. Guess who we got in the building, y'all? We got the Honorable Former Mayor right here in Tuskegee, Alabama. No other than Mayor Johnny Ford is in the building. Y'all still give him a big warm welcome. Let's go.
Man, I know how to do that, boy. Boy, I feel so good looking up that thing, Sylvester, and hearing you and looking you in the eye face to face, and being in the radio station that I made possible for Tuskegee, Alabama. Right. Mayor Charles Evers is mad with me today because I didn't take the radio station as my personal radio station,
right?
Like he did in Jackson and Rob Neal and Hattiesburg. I said, no, I want Tuskegee, this station, to be owned by the public.
Right.
And Sylvester McPherson, I said, that's the man. I want to run it. We don't need to look any further. And Sylvester and I worked together on this. And after going to Washington and getting the license,
right,
because we were one of the few in the nation that got a station.
Okay.
And we're not through yet because we're not going to be satisfied until we get a much stronger station.
Signal, yeah,
so that we can go throughout the land. We're on the internet.
That's right.
But I want a powerful station, just like Mayor Evers got that station in Jackson, Mississippi.
Right.
And in Hattiesburg,
right.
I mean, they got 100,000 watts and all of that.
Yeah.
We want the same thing. So I'm not finished yet.
Okay. Absolutely.
And to see Pat Wallace, because you all are all hooked up.
We hooked together. We connected.
Tell me how you got this thing.
It was so funny, man. I had came to Patrick.
Great.
Yeah, Patrick, probably about 4 years ago. I came and talked to Patrick. And I was talking about doing the Hear Me TV thing, right?
Hear Me TV.
Yeah, I was talking about doing the Hear Me TV thing. So he was saying, we got a radio station here. I said, radio station? Where? He said, right next door. And I said, for real? He said, you still DJ? I said, yeah, I still DJ, blase. So we talked and chopped up. So you need to go talk to Sylvester. So I went and talked to Sylvester. Me and Sylvester talked about it. And he said, can you come on? When can you come on? We talked and made a negotiation, and he said, could you come Saturday?
Wow.
I said, Saturday?
Just like that.
Just like that. And I said, I come for an hour Saturday. I do like a Bloom at noon.
Right.
Bloom at noon. So we did Bloom at noon. I came on for 1 hour.
Bloom at noon.
Yeah.
All right, baby.
We did a Bloom at noon, and I was playing a lot of this old school. And they called Sylvester Monday and said, Sylvester, who was that you had on that Saturday, playing out the old school music? That's
Bloom at noon.
Yeah. He said, that's DJ Buddha Rush. And so Sylvester called me. He said, Buddha Rush, you showed out.
You
showed out Saturday. So we need you to come on, give me more hours and what I said. We negotiated, and we end up, this is what we in now. Now, I talked to Pat.
Wow.
Me and Pat was still to go. So we're now on radio now because I want to do the TV thing.
Okay.
So now we're like, well, since we're on radio now, so let's kind of convert it together since I want to do TV and we do TV and radio right next door.
Wow.
So we came up with a solution of how we're going to do it, and this is what we came up with. Start off with the sheriff report.
Wow.
You know what I mean? The sheriff report, it just went on and on and on and on and on.
And the sheriff report is so popular.
It's popular.
People listen and they talk about it.
Right.
Our superintendent of education was talking about it in her speech not too long ago about the sheriff's report.
Sheriff report is very strong and very powerful in our community, and we need that.
Yeah, and Bronson is down to earth.
That's right.
Not only is he well respected, but he's a strong, clean-cut family man who does not take any foolishness. I mean, he makes sure that the law is respected in his town.
That's right.
Keep Macon County safe.
That's right.
We're proud of him.
Yeah, that's right. And that's what we do here. Now, go ahead.
Well, the whole idea, though, was once we got the radio station, we wanted to make sure that Tuskegee had a radio station of its own because, we were using Tallahassee. But no, Tuskegee, the home of Tuskegee University, the home of the flying, fighting Tuskegee Airmen, the home and the land of Dr. George Washington Carver, the birthplace of Mrs. Rosa Parks. Tuskegee, the home of Tuskegee University, the pride of the swift-growing South. We needed our own radio station.
That's right.
So I went to Washington, and Mayor Charles Evers and Congressman Cliven, whose daughter was on the FCC.
Okay.
They helped me pull the strings we needed to get this radio station. So it's here. It's going to stay here, and we're going to grow it and build it. And Patrick will also tell you about, at one point we had lost the cable.
Okay.
Because Charter had, they're the ones who controlled everything.
Right, exactly.
But I called Charter in, and the way we were able to get their attention is because it was time for Charter's franchise to be renewed.
Gotcha.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So that way I was able to get their attention.
Okay.
And I said, listen, we want to have our own television station.
Okay.
We want to be able to have, and I should have done this in the beginning. This is 100.7 FM WUBZ with DJ Booty Rush.
That's right.
Hear Me TV, Tuskegee Virtual TV, channel 181 in town, channel 19 on the TU campus. And with Pat Wallace, director, Kimberly Wright, and Jordan. All right, we got this thing down, man.
That's right.
You know, I got my start in radio. You didn't realize that in New York City.
Oh, man.
I was going to the New York School of Announcing and Speech to become a TV caster for CBS Radio.
Oh, man.
But first we had to be trained in radio before TV, and that was my start. And, of course, then I got called by Bobby Kennedy's campaign to go into politics.
Okay.
But I was studying to be a DJ.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, with Bob Whipple, who trained some of the best TV leaders in radio DJs in the nation.
Right.
But in New York City, that's where I got my start in radio and TV.
Did not know that. But see, you got a lot of hats, though. You know how to do just about everything, man, boy. You know, you know how to do a lot of things.
Well, you know what we need to do, like the sheriff was talking about, help raise money for football and basketball and baseball and all these things, and the cheerleaders and the band. We need to have, one day we need to set aside and have a telethon.
Telethon,
I used to come on the radio and I would have telethons when I first became mayor, and I would challenge the churches, the fraternities, the organizations, the groups, the politicians.
That'd be good.
You know, we pledge, I'd make a pledge, and they come in and to beat that pledge, and we get them all going.
Right.
And Russo Menifee and all of us, we were all involved in that.
Oh, man.
But we need to do that
We can
one
do
day.
that. We need to do that.
And I'll come in and we'll spend some time, and we'll set a goal, and we'll stay on the radio until we reach that goal.
I like it. I like that.
But we have to do it, man. But you guys have got it. You all got it going on. Let me just say that.
Appreciate it.
Well, I just wanted to come by tonight because today we had a great press conference. Mayor Haygood hosted us in the mayor's office.
Okay.
The mayor hosted us, Chairman Maxwell, the chairman of county government. The probate judge, James Cooper, was there. And, of course, we were delighted to have Mayor Peavy, the mayor of Franklin. Okay. And most of all, we were delighted to have the president of Tuskegee University, Dr. McNair. She came and supported, because what I do now is I'm the founding president of the Historic Black Towns and Settlements Alliance.
Wow.
Many people know that Booker T. Washington and Lewis Adams worked together to start Tuskegee University.
Right.
But they don't know that in addition to promoting historic black colleges, Tuskegee and other black colleges, Booker T. Washington also encouraged black people to set up their own town.
Right.
Why? Because back then, in the late 1800s, they were being lynched, they were being killed and threatened right out of slavery. So black people couldn't get justice in towns that were controlled by white folk and the Ku Klux Klan and others. So black people began to band together and organize their own town. Right here in Tuskegee, Alabama. We have the Greenwood community, which was actually the beginning of Tuskegee Institute, Alabama.
Gotcha.
That's why we have a different zip code. 36088 is Tuskegee Institute town.
Absolutely.
That was a black town, an African-American town made up of black proud people who did not bow to the Ku Klux Klan or anybody else. People who were not only educated, but were doctors and professors and people who demonstrated that black people were just as intelligent as white people.
Absolutely.
And we could run our own towns and our own cities. So at one point in history, Tuskegee Institute, Alabama, was his own town.
Right.
Had his own post office, his own churches, his own banks and credit unions and federal savings and loans, our own drive-in theater,
Right.
our own movie theater, our own swimming pool, our own Tuskegee Institute High School.
Right.
Not only, so we had, black folk were self-sufficient. We didn't have to go downtown for anything.
That's right.
The point is, black people demonstrated that once we got out of slavery, we were just as smart or smarter as white people, and we didn't need to just be second-class citizens. So Booker T. Washington is the one who started that, and that was a movement of historic black towns and settlements. Those towns that did not get incorporated were called historic settlements. Tuskegee Institute, Alabama, never incorporated, but it was a historic settlement. More than 1,000 towns were inspired by Dr. Booker T. Washington.
Wow.
So what I do now is I am the president of this organization of historic black towns and settlements, and we also have a relationship with the historic black colleges.
Right.
Because they go hand in hand.
Absolutely.
Tuskegee University, Tuskegee, Alabama. Grambling University,
Okay.
the city of Grambling.
Okay.
Prairie View
Prairie View,
University,
okay.
the town of Prairie View. Lincoln University,
Okay.
Lincoln. Hampton,
Right.
Hampton Institute, Hampton, Virginia. I just came back from that area where they were commemorating the 400th anniversary of the first slave ship
Whoa.
that landed in that area in
Okay.
Virginia. So I was the keynote speaker for that
Okay.
commemoration. And recently we were down in Pritchard, Alabama,
Okay.
where Africa Town is located.
That's in Mobile, right?
That's where the last slave ship landed
Whoa.
in 1859.
Okay.
And so they recently found the ship. They burned it and tried to destroy it because it was against the law to bring slaves in 1859. So they tried, once they brought the slaves here, they burned the ship, sank it, and tried to destroy the evidence. But it has been found and resurfaced. So what I'm saying to you is, we have a great history.
Right.
We are a proud and a prestigious people. We are the descendants of kings and queens and
Right.
pharaohs of Africa.
Yes,
we
right.
are somebody.
That's right.
And we have to be proud of our heritage.
That's right.
So that's what I do now as president of the Historic Black Towns and Settlements Alliance. I work with the black colleges like the Morehouse School of Medicine,
Okay.
Spelman, Prairie View, Lincoln.
Yeah.
All of these schools, we are working together. And so October the 5th through the 8th, we're going to have our first national convention
Wow.
here in Tuskegee,
Wow.
Alabama. We will bring together mayors from these towns from all over America. We're going to bring the ambassador who's over the African Union, which is the voice of the 50-plus countries from Africa.
Wow.
She will be here speaking on behalf of Africa because we must build a bridge between Africa and the African-American community.
That's right. That's right.
We must realize that there are opportunities for Africa and African Americans to work together. And so
Right.
we will have this national convention. And today, in the mayor's office, we had the official announcement of that conference. And I wanted to come by tonight to again say that we want to show the world what we have here in Tuskegee,
Absolutely.
Alabama. People will be coming from all over America
Okay.
and from Africa, from Benin, from Senegal, from the Gambia, from Nigeria, from all over,
Oh, man.
coming to Tuskegee.
Great.
I have the Haitian delegation,
Okay.
the Trinidadians, all of these people coming to Tuskegee because they're interested in culture, their tourism, and they want to know how to make money.
Money, right.
See, we have all this history here in Tuskegee, but there's no, if we don't have somebody come and see it and enjoy it and
right.
spend money here,
Right.
just like we're having to stay in Auburn and in Shorter, which is beautiful. Today we had the mayor of Shorter there with us, Mayor Willie Mae Powell. God bless her. She's a beautiful, wonderful lady, and Mayor Peavy. So Macon County, but we need more hotels.
Right.
And
Absolutely.
I'm going to have the national president of the National Black Hotel Association, the man who has helped build black hotels, black ownership of hotels all over the world.
Wow.
He'll be here speaking because, see, we need a hotel at exit 38.
Right.
We got the Popeyes coming. We got the service station coming. We got the Greyhound bus station coming. You know, we worked on all of that, and we laid the foundation. Mayor Haygood and the members of the council, when I was mayor, we laid the foundation. Now they're carrying on that work, and you're seeing things now become a reality.
Right.
Most people didn't know what I was doing when I annexed exit 38 into the city limits, so that money and that tax revenue would benefit the city of Tuskegee.
Right.
But the point is, Booty Rush, we are going to ask people to open up their hearts and their homes and welcome these people from all over America who are going to be here. We're going to have the presidents of national organizations coming to Tuskegee. The former borough president of New York City, C. Virginia Fields, who is the national president of National Black Health in America,
Right.
is our keynote speaker on Saturday.
Oh, man.
On Sunday, we have Dr. Doris Sorter, the president of Blacks in Government, an organization that represents 3 million black government employees. I was her keynote speaker in Dallas, Texas. They had 20,000 people at their convention.
Wow.
These are the kinds of people who we're bringing in. And then on Monday, we'll have Andy Ingram, who I told you about earlier. And then on Tuesday, we'll have Congressman Terry Sewell,
Sure. Okay.
who is leading the Black Caucus's focus to help black colleges.
Right.
We're going to have college students here from Prairie View, from Texas Southern, from Spelman, from Morehouse, joining the Tuskegee because we want to keep these young people.
Absolutely.
You all were just talking about how important Tuskegee University is. So we're working with the student leaders from Tuskegee University who are going to welcome the student leaders from other areas as well.
Okay.
So we got a great weekend coming. That's October the 4th through the 8th.
October 4th through the 8th.
The eyes of the nation and the world will be on Tuskegee, Alabama.
Oh, man.
And I want these people, when they come, to see that black folk can own a radio station and run a radio station. They can run a television station and make it work.
That's right.
Because they don't have that in many of their
towns. That's
so
right.
we're going to bring them by there.
That's
okay?
right. Okay. Appreciate that. We only got 1 minute left.
Okay.
And so we got to give you a quick shout out. If you want to give a quick shout out, someone real quick.
Well, I want to give a shout out to everyone, to the sick and shut in, to particular to those, the World Conference of Mayors, which I also serve as the Secretary General and the founder. We have a relief effort underway to help those people down in the Bahamas who've been stricken. So a shout out to all of my friends in the Bahamas. Help is on the way.
Help is on the way. You heard it.
All right.
All right. Now, that's been our time. I want to give a big shout out to my wife and kids. Love you guys. Also want to give a shout out to the guys right here at this station, 100.7 WBZ. That's going to be Sylvester McPherson, the communicator, the co-pilot, Andre Fields, and the connector, DJ Booty Rush. Also want to give a shout out to the panel here. We got Jordan in the building. Big shouts out to her. We got Teal coming up next. And also we want to give a big shout out to you, the former mayor here in Macon County, Tuskegee, the Honorable Johnny Ford.
And I must say to my darling wife who's in Cambridge, we were just talking about the Patriots. That's my other team.
Okay.
Tuskegee University is my team, and the Patriots is my team.
Okay.
In Cambridge and Boston.
Okay.
But to my darling wife, I want to say I love you. I miss you. And I'll be home. I'll see you next week.
Oh, you know what? I just forgot about you because you forgot to give a shout out. You get it. You must reminded him. Oh, you had to think about it for a minute. All right, people that been watching, and then thank you again though for help bring this radio station here. We're being able to talk to each other
and the television
and the
station.
television station here in Macon County, Tuskegee. Man, they love this station and the television station here in Macon County. Appreciate you. I'm gonna give you a double a round of applause. Yeah. We got to get up out of here. We'll see how this go around. Peace.
Peace.